Hey, it's Radisha, and I'm here trying to gather my thoughts on exactly what I want to say to you. I know what I want to say, and I don't have a topic. So I'm just going to speak. And I'm going to speak about knowing and understanding what is specifically yours in all areas of your life. Growing up, I remember in the sixth grade, I had a teacher, and she had us write an assignment. And she said, if you could be anybody in the world, who would you be? So I wrote about myself and the reasons why I would be myself. And obviously, according to her, I didn't do the essay or the assignment properly. I'm supposed to be somebody else. I said, well, I am somebody. You didn't say if you could be anybody else in the world besides you, who would you be? Because I figure I'm still a person, right? And from the time I was a child, there's been nothing inside of me that has wanted me to copy the life of somebody else. There are role models and they do serve a purpose, and role models are there to lead you and guide you through good example, but you still shouldn't want to emulate them. There is no one on the face of this earth that I desire to be like, not a single person, because just as unique as my fingerprint is, so is the plan for my life. And so even when it comes down to the spiritual realm and spirituality in church, a lot of times people want to pray to have blessings or for God to do things that he did for a specific person in scripture, like, bless me like you did Esther. Esther and I aren't the same person. So I don't want the blessing that was there for Esther. I want the blessing that's there for Radisha. And so in this life, we have this comparison kind of thing. Like we love to compare ourselves to each other instead of celebrating our differences. We are unique and distinctive for a purpose. There's something that you can do that I will never be able to do. And there's things that I'll be able to do that you won't ever be able to do either because that wasn't your purpose. That wasn't the plan for you. The most important One of the most important things that stood out to me in scripture when I was studying it some years that really changed my outlook on God was the story of Enoch, and how Enoch's relationship with God was so amazing that according to scripture, he went to be with the Lord without dying. He God took him up because they had such a great and amazing relationship. And I thought about it and I was like, that must have been a serious relationship. Like Enoch must have talked to God about everything. I'm like, everything. And that inspired me to have my own unique relationship with God. And by doing that, I talk to God about everything. When I tell you everything, I mean everything, down to if I'm designing something, for instance, I ask him, what do you think about it? Should I do this? What's your opinion? What color should it be? And I get answers. So today I just wanted to encourage you to liberate yourself from the bondage of having to believe that you have to perform according to another person's expectations. Also, I've realized over the years that people well into their 60s, 70s plus, a lot of them are in bondage, trying to live up to the expectations of people who have passed away already. So those people have passed away, no longer here, but they still live their lives based upon what they thought about them. And oftentimes it's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at one point in your life, you would need to lead it and guide it in a manner that's true to you. There are a lot of things that I do in my life that people don't agree with. Does it look like this face cares? Because I know the path that I'm on and I know what I have to do in order to get there. And if people don't agree with it, guess what? That doesn't change what I'm going to do because I don't seek people's approval, only God's approval, right? So I'm not going to make this long or exhausted or anything like that. And another thing that I want to bring to your attention, just in case you may not have realized it, you may be a very powerful person in the realm in which you need to be. In this world, you may not have great titles. You may not have a lot of money. You may not even live the way that you desire to. And there may be people around you that do, and they treat you with contempt and make you feel like you're not worth much. But guess what? In the Lord's eyes, you might be one of his most valuable assets ever. So I don't always want you to look at things through your natural eyes. You have to look at things through your spiritual eyes also. You have to have a balance in life. And I found that the people who have the most value, sometimes their bank accounts don't align with it, but spiritually, there's some powerful people. So understand your uniqueness and your greatness and thrive off of that. Stop seeking validation from the outside world. If you seek validation from the outside world, they'll be the ones whose mercy you will be at. It will be them who would assign values to you. You would always be up and down based upon what they have to say. You have to be secure in yourself and what it is that you do and who you are and what you were meant to be. And so I'm not going to run on with this message or anything like that. I just want to encourage you to be confident in who you are and to move forth in your greatness and to have an amazing day. And this is Radisha signing off.